Happy Mother's Day. Yes, thank you. We are dealing this month with the theme of fourth dimensional living, based on John Randolph Price's book, Practical Spirituality. Today's message is unconditional love. As I told you last week, John Randolph Price had 5 characteristics or qualities that he gave the awakened ones, those who live in the fourth dimension. And since we have 5 Sundays this month, I am choosing each one of those. The first one, which we played with last week, was spiritual priority. And today is unconditional love. Next week we have deep peace. The 4th week is discernment or intuition. And then the last week is practicing the presence. What does that mean to live in the fourth dimension, fourth dimensional living? Well, if we compare it to third dimensional living, this third dimension that we live in is a physical one, right? We have 5 senses and we have these bodies that house our spirits, and we have all this form that we're within. Some people say that we have, instead of 5 senses, we have 6. We have a 6th sense, being our intuition, which we'll play with that more as we get down in the next couple weeks. But right now we're aware that we are living in and of this physical plane. And yet this physical plane is a result, an effect of the spawning energy that brought everything together, which is divine energy, which is source, which is spirit, which is God. John 4, verse 24 says, God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. Now, of course, we know we got to get beyond the little term word hymn. It's not a hymn. That's just something that was referred to, but we know that it has no gender whatsoever. The synonyms for worship are adoration, love, reverence, respect, and devotion. So we are to worship, we are to love in spirit and in truth. In spirit, meaning all of us have that spirit within us that goes with us and leads us wherever we're going. As we live in that truth, that this God self is leading and guiding us. If we can just step aside and let that egoic physical self step aside to allow this spiritual self to come forth, so that we can focus on living in this fourth dimension, which is right here, real reality with a big capital R. That is reality. I have been reading Joel Goldsmith, and I had to chuckle as one of the sentences that I read of his this last week. He said, just because you take a ride in an airplane doesn't mean you're an airplane. Think about that. Just because we put our physical bodies into this car doesn't mean we're a car. Just because we have this beautiful, pristine, infinite being within us that is unseen, that spirit, doesn't mean that I'm a physical body, that I am spirit. And the other cool thing, the way this whole thing is set up, is the fact that there is only one self, one being, one spirit that is placed within all of us. It is the same. That's within us all. So our topic this morning is unconditional love. And you see, God consciousness, love consciousness, raises us above this physical realm to that higher realm, the fourth dimensional. And that is our core essence, our core energy. Well, don't you want to live in your home? Isn't it comfortable to just be home, be safe, be happy, knowing that hey, you know, I've got everything around me. You're home right now. Do you realize that you're living in the kingdom? That this kingdom is whole and complete for everyone. I've been changing things around a bit, and as I go about my day, I'll say, oh, I'm living in the kingdom of God. And then I take it one step further and I acknowledge and take ownership of it. This is my kingdom. This is my kingdom, whole, complete. And I see that wholeness in everything I cast my eyes upon. We used to sing a song every Sunday in church. I haven't sung it for a while. Maybe I'll bring it back. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come, for we are one. We are one. There is no separation. There's no difference. When we can recognize that and accept that, how can we not have love for each other? Rumi wrote, out beyond ideas of wrongdoings and right doings, there is a field. I'll meet you there. Where the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrase each other doesn't make any sense. If we can just recognize this beautiful, peaceful kingdom that we are in, how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel happy? Joyous? Peaceful? That's what happens when we live from the center of our being and not affected by the appearances of what is going on externally. Thomas R. Kelly wrote, life from the center is a life of unhurried peace and power. It is simple. It is serene. It is radiant. It is triumphant. That's what we all have set before us. This life, living it from the center, living it serene, living it powerful. I found in Joel Goldsmith's book, I believe, a definition of the fourth dimension. It is the grace of God that lives my life, and I am neither good nor bad. I am neither rich nor poor. I am neither saint nor sinner. I am neither sick nor well. I am neither alive nor dead. I am I, and all that I am is I am. I am neither Jew nor Gentile. I am neither white, black, or yellow. I am I. All that God is, I am. All that the Father has is mine. No exclusion, no limitation, no differentiation. Allness, oneness. So today we are celebrating Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to everyone, whether you're a mother or not. We celebrate the honor of that energy, of that divine feminine. And I don't know how many of you read our Science of Mind reading this morning, but I wanted to share it with you. It's from our own Christian Sorensen up in Encinitas. And I thought it's just fabulous. It's entitled Your First Teacher, and there is a quote from Henry Ward Beecher, "The mother's heart is the child's schoolroom." And then he gives a quote, which I had never read this. Anna Holmes, who is Ernest Holmes' mother, said, "Life is a school which we must all attend, the same intelligence being in each. It is the task of high privilege of the individual to so develop his God-given powers that he shall not remain in the kindergarten, but may, by practical use of the lessons learned in this grade, lessons of the need of manifesting love, joy, harmony, peace, and poise, go on to each advancing grade, ever increasing in the knowledge and understanding of the one, capital O, who is in all, over all, and through all." You get a little sense of what Ernest Holmes grew up with. And then Christian wrote, "Your first teacher was your mother, whose arms were created to bring you peace and comfort. Her heart was to give you love so you might find your own. Her blood connected you to your ancestors so you would never be alone in this world. You were not kept forever in the confines of your yard, but sent into this world to find your strength, which may have been the bravest thing your mother ever did. She let you go to your self-discovery. Mothers are walking, breathing miracles. Your mother sacrificed so much for you to enter the world. This day is to remind you to find the gratitude in your depth and to express it Mom's way. Allow positive mother memories to activate your heart, so your love connection beyond time and space becomes the delivery system for what is more beautiful than flowers. The maternal, nurturing energy of the feminine is not bound by birth or gender. Let your love and appreciation go forth from you to all those amazing expressions of God's love, those spiritual mothers who helped birth your soul's journey with their grace, the ones who encouraged you when you were down, who were there for you when your heart and soul ached, and who reminded you that you are a child of God. In the affirmation, I am grateful to all the spiritual godmothers who helped love me into life. Isn't that beautiful? That's what mothers, the essence of mothers, are about. So every time I think about unconditional love, there was a song back, I think it was in the 70s, and all I remember is one little quip of it. I don't even remember the singer, anything else. I just remember, unconditional love is what the world needs now. Unconditional love is what the world needs now. A love accepting others as they are, demanding nothing in return. Unconditional love is what the world needs now. Unconditional love is what the world needs now. A love accepting others as they are, demanding nothing in return. Isn't that what it's about? Accepting others, accepting ourselves, being kind to ourselves. I was behind a car this last week at a stoplight, and it had a bumper sticker on it in the back window. It said, "New driver, please be kind." And I thought, how nice, to be kind rather than judgmental to others, because we don't know what's going on with another. And we have all had our own demons, our own dark days, our own questionings. And if we can just be kind to ourselves first, because that's what we will reflect out. We can only give out what we have within us. I wanted to close with a reading from Emily Cady. Without love in your heart, you cannot travel the spiritual path, for love is the key. Love points the way. Love is the way. It is a waste of time talking about love. Live and demonstrate it in your life. Forget the self completely by pouring out love to your fellow human beings. The more you love them, the more you love me. Toleration is not enough. Genuine love is what is necessary. Love is never possessive. Love sets free the loved ones. You can never hope to help a soul when you are possessive, for all souls must be completely free to find themselves and live their own lives directed by me. When you are possessive of a soul, you hold up that soul's spiritual progress, and it is something you must never do. For it is a very heavy responsibility you take on if you do so. Freedom of the Spirit is essential for each and every one. We want all of us to be free, to see, to accept the fullness of the Spirit that is within us and within all. We want to see with right vision. We want to see from the fourth dimension that spiritual self in everyone. We want to be able to pour this full, unconditional, beautiful love forth from within us. To have the joy, to have the freedom, to have the peace that God wants us to experience. To have that beautiful being be our lives. And yes, it is a joy. Absolute, unconditional love to each and every one of you. Namaste.